episode 8 of Pick and Roll with the Presley Bros. We are so excited that you have subscribed, and we ask you to subscribe again. Tell your friends, tell your family. We are
Subscribe
on,
again.
yeah, subscribe again. We're on the way to
Okay.
100 subscribers. That's our goal.
No, we're on
100
our way to
subscribers.
50.
No. We're skipping past 50. We're on our way to 100. Get
Okay.
us to 100 subscribers, and Tucker will shave his head. I'm kidding. That's not actually going to happen.
Now you'll shave your head again.
Yeah, I'll shave my head again. But thank you all for being here. We're so excited. Follow along with us on this journey. We know we have a late episode tonight, but there is just too much to react to, too much to talk about. We couldn't do an episode tomorrow morning. We're both pretty busy, so we're gonna get right into this episode and talk about the SEC-ACC challenge. Tucker, what are your thoughts there?
Yeah. ACC-SEC challenge. We predicted, both of us predicted. By the way, I'm in a different setting than I typically am. Because we're doing this late night episode. I'm at the house. And I don't have my mic, so I don't know how this sounds. But anyways, we predicted the SEC was going to win this 10-6 or 9-7, and that's exactly what happened.
Mhm.
And I'm going to say, before we talk about specific games, just generally speaking, I think the SEC is the overall better conference.
Yeah.
Like we said the other day, the ACC may have better top end teams, like particularly Duke and Louisville.
Yeah.
But the depth of the SEC is better overall.
100%.
Yeah, because you've got, you can go Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee, maybe you can't say Kentucky, but Vandy, Arkansas,
LSU is undefeated.
LSU's undefeated.
I don't know if they're good this year. I haven't watched them, but they're undefeated.
Well, they barely escaped Boston College in OT, but still,
okay.
you're undefeated. But those teams are all solid and could legitimately compete. In the ACC, there's a few teams I think that could really compete. I will say Virginia looked good, man. They killed Texas. I don't know if you saw that.
Seriously?
Virginia destroyed Texas, and it was at Texas.
I did not know that.
I think it was a 21-point game.
And Clemson looked good against Bama.
Yeah.
Bama kind of choked the lead, but they still looked pretty solid, especially for losing a lot of their guys.
Yeah. Well, I will say, for Bama, not having 3 players, 2 starters were out, that was tough. But you do have to give it to Clemson. It was at Alabama, and they fought back. But anyways, do you agree? I think you agree that the SEC is a better conference overall.
Yeah, I think you're foolish not to agree with that. Anybody who's watching or listening, if you disagree with that, I think that's just foolish personally.
Oh, you're calling people fools?
No, I just think it's foolish
Louise.
to have an opinion.
I forgot to put this up here.
Have that kind of opinion because it's not really an opinion. It's fact. It's fact that it is fact that the SEC is better overall.
Yeah.
Last year, the SEC was the best. People were saying the best conference ever. Now, SEC
it was one of them.
Yeah,
ever.
Not nearly as good this year, but last year
was historic.
Yeah, 14-2 SEC ACC challenge.
Was it 14-2?
14-2.
Yikes.
Clemson won and Duke beat Auburn.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
Yeah, I will, sometimes I run into this with college football, and people will be like, oh, man, the Big Ten's so much better than the SEC. And I'm like, okay. And they cite, well, we won the last 2 natties. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's great. You've won the last 2 natties with Ohio State and Michigan, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have the best conference. That means you have a couple of really good teams who will win it all, but the rest of the league is garbo. Yes. And, the only way you could legitimately figure out what conference is better is to do something like this, where you match up teams. Yeah. And really the best way to do it is to match up 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, because you could have if Duke's playing Mississippi State, you know who's going to win that game. So you need Duke versus Tennessee or Duke versus Bama or something like that. Or Florida. Yeah, I didn't even mention Florida a few minutes ago when I was listing the team. It was in the SEC.
I was like, they did.
I don't know why I didn't mention it.
They did play Florida,
but yeah, that's this is the way to do it. And the SEC just won 9-7.
Yeah.
And dude, after the first day, it was 3-6, and I was like, bro, And I think the big tipping point was Syracuse beating Tennessee. That
Oh
was a
my goodness.
shocker.
Yeah, I could not believe that. It
Yeah.
was not a good look for me. If we're gonna go right into that game, it was not
Yeah,
a good look for
let's
me.
go to Syracuse, Tennessee.
Yeah, it was not a good look for me because if you watched the previous episode, or if you just like happen to see a clip of me, I said Tennessee is going to kill Syracuse, and they lost. But you know what? That's the incredible thing about college basketball, that anyone can beat anybody on any given night. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who's ranked higher, who's better. That's the wonderful thing about college basketball over any other sport.
Yeah. There's more
Because
parity.
yeah, you just can't. But there's three things that came to my mind when I was thinking about that game. One, Tennessee is not as good as I thought they were, and they're just maybe they're not that good. I don't think that's the case personally. I think they just had a bad night. They had a total of 17 turnovers. 17. But Syracuse had
At
16 turnovers.
16. Yeah.
But I looked it up. The point off the turnovers was 24-10 in Syracuse favor.
Yeah, and fast break points 9-0 in favor of Syracuse.
Yeah. Secondly, my second point is Syracuse just put the whole ACC on notice. Like, we're a legit team this year. I mean, they played Houston really close, could have won that game. Literally, lost by 1, right?
Yeah, went to OT. I don't remember the exact score, but it went to OT. They were down by like 10 with like 2 minutes, and Houston just was like, "Yeah, we got this," and they didn't.
Yeah. And then the next day, played Kansas super competitively the whole game. And I think that when it got to Iowa State, yeah, they got smashed. But after 2 heartbreak losses like that, like games that you were in and could have won, it's really hard to get your team together and have the energy. And thirdly is that both two things that I just said, neither one of them are true, and Syracuse got lucky. Now, I personally think it's a combination of 1 and 2. That Tennessee, man, I think it's mostly 2. I don't think Tennessee is good as I thought they were. Honestly, I still think they're going to be a solid team, but I think Syracuse really just kind of made a wake up call to the ACC and said, "Hey, we're a good team. We're a pretty solid team this year." And I think they might be.
I see where you're coming from. So here's how I view Syracuse. I view Syracuse as a team that is going to shock a couple of teams in the ACC. Like I could see them, if like Louisville plays at Syracuse or Carolina plays at Syracuse, I could see them stealing a game against those teams. But I think for the most part, they're just going to be kind of middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think this is going to be a great team or even a good team. I think it's just going to be kind of like a average team that somehow can, with their effort and if they're at home, they can upset a really good team. Because like I'm looking at their schedule here, they whooped up on some bad teams in the first 3 games, then barely beat Monmouth by 5.
Yeah.
At home, it looks like, and then they lost to Houston, although they played them tight. Lost to Kansas by 11, got absolutely obliterated by 31 to Iowa State, and then they beat Tennessee at home. So it's, I think it's going to be a really inconsistent team, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Got to admire their fight. And, what worries me about Tennessee is their problem has been historically with Rick Barnes, that is, offense. Their defense is elite. It's always going to be. And this reminded me of some of those other Tennessee teams where the offense was just kind of limited.
Yeah.
And it's just like you're scoring 62 points or whatever it is, 60-62. And that's just not like, I thought this team, and maybe this was just one bad game,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It being at Syracuse, I think, was a difference because if it was at Tennessee, I think Tennessee wins by like double digits. If it's a neutral site game, I think Tennessee wins somewhere like the 7-8 range. But since it was at Syracuse, in this challenge, I guess I don't know if that's what got them or what.
Yeah, well, Jacoby Gillespie had 10 and shot 5 of 12, and this one was the big one. Even though he had 11, Nate Ament went 2 of 10.
Yikes.
He finished with 11, but shot 20% on the day.
Well, that's no three-pointers for doesn't sound like that's any three-pointers for Gillespie. If he shot 5 of 10
5 of
or
12.
5 of 12 and had
Yeah.
10 points.
Yeah. I guess he didn't hit any, that's kind of his strength is that three ball. Jalen Carey, a guy who comes off
He's
the
good,
bench.
man.
Yeah, he's pretty solid. He had a game high 22.
He's from Vanderbilt, right? He transferred from Vandy.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. I was wondering why I knew his name.
Yeah. He was good last year for Vandy.
Yeah, he was. He played the very similar way that he did at Vandy. Syracuse, I think the key, as we said earlier, Syracuse capitalized on the turnovers, and that's kind of what it takes to complete an upset, especially a big one like that. I mean, I said Syracuse was going to kill them, but that's a big win for Coach Autry and
big win.
The Orange.
Yeah, well, that again, I think that's what turned the tide, if you will, in that first day, because that takes it from a 6-3. It could have been 5-4. SEC had Tennessee won that game.
Yeah.
Anyways, interesting game. Let's move on because we've got so much to cover here.
Yeah, there is
Florida
a lot.
at Duke, I think, was probably the best game
Oh,
of them
100%.
all. I didn't get to watch all of this game, but I did get to watch.
Oh, seriously?
What?
You didn't get to watch all of it?
I didn't get to watch all of it. No.
Dang, I watched every second of it.
But I did get to watch. Well, I think I was at church for part of it.
This was Tuesday night.
Tuesday. This was Tuesday. What were we doing? Yeah, that was right. What were we doing Tuesday? I don't know, but I didn't get to watch all of this game, but I did watch, a good portion of the second half, and gotta give it to Florida because I've been kind of down on Florida and the way they fought in this game. They kept it close, and they you literally texted us and said at the end of the game when I was watching, you were like, "Dude, this game's over. Like, Florida just won this game," and then Duke just comes up clutch. I think it was
Isaiah
Evans. Yeah, Evans hit that incredible 3 after not hitting one like all game.
Yeah, he was 0 for. I think he was 0 for 9
Yeah, dude,
he made that one.
He was not having a great game, and he hit that 3, and everything changed. Dude, I will say, I've been down on Florida. I still am. I don't think they're going to be as good as last year. That's very clear. But the way that they played at Duke, they had a chance to win. I was really, really, and with the time that I watched, really, really impressed with Boogie Fland in that game. I thought he was the best player on the court aside from Cameron Boozer. He was really, really good in this game. So
yeah, my bad. He went 1 of 8, so he was 0 of 7, and then 0 of 7
hit that one.
And hit that one. I think he was. I think Boogie Fland played incredible, had a great night, but I think Thomas Houck was the best player besides Cameron Boozer. He finished with 24.
Yeah, he had a great game.
Points, played 40 minutes. A guy who was sitting the bench last year.
Not sitting the bench. He came off the bench.
I mean, he came off the bench is what I meant to say. Coming off the bench last year is now the best player on that team. He is 100%. And he should have had 26. And what I mean by that is I'm gonna make a clip of this so all of you can see it. Duke had an egregious goaltend. I mean, it was beyond obvious, and the refs didn't call it. Now, here's why they didn't call it. The announcers even talked about it. They said everything now is coach's challenge. So
yeah,
if they don't call the goaltend, you can't challenge it. And they didn't call it. Last year,
you can't challenge a goaltend? That's not true.
Yeah, you can. If they call goaltending, you can challenge and say, okay, I don't think that's goaltending. We want to challenge it.
That's what I'm saying. You can challenge a goaltend.
I thought you said you can't.
I thought you said you can't.
That you can't challenge it if they don't call it. So it was goaltending, but Todd Golden can't drop his thing and be like, oh, it's goaltending. They have to call goaltending.
Why?
It's the way it works.
I need to look that up. I don't think that don't sound right.
That's what the announcers were saying, and that's why I was like, man, that's really unfortunate for Florida, because if let's just say the game played out the exact same way, Florida walks away with a win and a huge upset.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's tough. Refs are going to get calls wrong, but that is a tough one to swallow. I mean,
Yeah, and dude, I don't know if there was something in the water on Tuesday night. Every game was like pretty poor offensively, really low
yeah.
scoring.
Well, I mean, I think this shows some elite. There was some elite defensive play.
Yeah, maybe I don't know quite if I would go that far,
I
but
thought there was really. I
yeah.
thought it was great defense.
Well, on that game, yes. I mean,
Oh
on some of
yeah,
these
I'm
other
just talking
games.
about Florida Duke,
Oh,
bro.
okay, okay, okay.
Florida Duke. Sorry.
Yeah, yes, that game definitely was some elite defense for sure. But
Um,
Florida still shot 37% overall, 25% from three. Duke 45% overall, 27% from three. So not horrible. Well, 37% overall is not great. 45% is pretty good, I think, as a team. But both 3-point percentages are really bad.
well, I want to go back to Boogie Flang because
Yeah,
I've kind of talked about him, not being as good as those guards. Obviously, he's not as good as Walter Clayton. But anyways, what I like, why I say he was the best player on the court is his command at the end, and like he wanted the ball in his hands, and when he did, he hit the big shots.
yeah,
Now I get it. At the end, he did turn the ball over. That was obviously a big mistake. But before that, man, he was keeping them in the game in those last few minutes,
yeah.
hitting some big shots. Xavier Lee continues to disappoint. 1 of 10.
Yikes.
1 of 10. How is that possible?
I saw something. I can't remember the
Just
exact
don't get
contract.
it.
I think it said the biggest 6 million robbery ever.
He's
I think
6.
I think that's what I think that's what it said. Let
No,
me
it
let me
can't
look it up
be.
real quick.
Can't be true. He is completely underperformed. I don't know. Still
Yep,
really okay.
6 million.
That can't. Oof, that's bad.
Total value is 6 million. And it said that the thing said biggest robbery ever because he's just
Damn,
been bad.
he's
I
been
mean,
he's been really bad. He's
there's
been
just
really
no way
bad.
they're around it. What's crazy is Florida had the offensive rebounds 20 to 11,
Yeah, dude. That's what kept him in the game. I think was these rebounds.
but second point margin was 15 to 8 Florida. Only 7 points, only 7 point
Off
difference
those.
when you had
Yeah.
20 to 11. That's not good. That's not a good second point margin.
I mean, at least they had the margin.
Yes, yes.
But hey, you got to give it to Florida. I still don't think this is a top 10 team. I think it's like a top 15, top 20 team.
Yeah, I think they're rightly placed right
Um,
now.
they could, I guess they could climb the top 10, but um, I just don't see it. They're obviously not as good as last year, but again, got to give it to them for fighting here and giving Duke a big time challenge. They were down by 12 at half. And that's
Yeah,
like, okay, this game's clearly over. They fought, man. And they got it. They got it really close, but ultimately just choked in the end. I mean, they had it. They just, gave up the three, then turned the ball over and game over. So,
yeah, and I think you'll see Florida win some big games down the
oh,
road.
they
They got
definitely will.
they got some. They're not gonna be. I hope like when we say what we're saying, we're not saying they're gonna be a bad team
Yeah, they
because they're
are
not.
terrible.
They're not gonna be a bad team.
I see them winning. They're going to win some really big games. But I do see them like losing some games they shouldn't be losing.
Yeah, they
Like
probably will.
they will because they lost to TCU already. They
Yeah,
were this close to losing to Florida State at home.
that's
I mean,
right.
it was a 2-point game.
Yeah,
Um, so they're gonna lose some games they're not supposed to lose, and they're gonna win some big games just because they are talented still. Just not as talented as last year.
yeah, and that's
Um,
hard to do anyways.
yeah, like I said, I think it's like a top 15 team, top
Yeah,
20 team. So, um, dude, Louisville
man,
lost to Arkansas.
I know.
So we
Another
dogged Arkansas a couple weeks ago.
another bad look for me because I had Louisville in my top five,
You did have
and
Louisville winning.
and I instantly have to drop them now. Instantly.
But yeah, you have
Uh,
to drop them.
yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't say like, oh, they're top five now after losing to Arkansas. So, so now
They're top 3 now.
the question is Arkansas legit? Like, are they a good team? I
I
mean,
have I have so many mixed feelings about
I know.
Arkansas because you should have lost to Winthrop. I think the refs pretty much gave them a game at the end of that game. There was a technical foul, clear technical foul that
Yeah.
somehow got called also on Winthrop. But regardless of that, they were down at the end of the game and they pulled it out. Barely beat Samford at home. Two teams that, come on, like Samford and Winthrop, those are not teams
Yeah.
you're going to be like, whoa, these are awesome teams. They're not even going to sniff the top 25. They're not even going to sniff the top 50. Okay. So maybe not even top 100. So then you go and you almost beat Duke the other night.
Yep.
You played Duke. You're up by like what, 7 in the second half, was
I
it?
think so. Something like
Something
that.
like that, and Duke was in control for a lot of that game, but Arkansas fought and took that lead. Ultimately, Duke won that game, and then they followed that up with beating Louisville.
Yeah.
So man, I think this is going to be a really, really inconsistent team. I mean,
It
like
seems
that's
like it is.
I don't they have all the talent in the world. You've got, Acuff, they've got
Carter
Trevon
Knox,
Brazile, Carter Knox is a really good player.
TJ Wagner still.
Wagner's back. I mean,
And
like,
Nick Pringle is somehow still in the
how
NCAA.
is he still playing?
I don't know.
I
He
don't understand that.
transferred from South Carolina, transferred from Bama to South Carolina, now at Arkansas.
But Bama wasn't his first stop either.
No, he was
I
at
think he was already 50
he
when he
was
stopped at Bama.
well, he was at he played 2 years at a
JUCO, wasn't it?
JUCO. There we go. Thank you. But listen to this, dude. Listen to this stat. 39-9 bench points for Arkansas.
Yikes.
39-9. I forgot they have this. I don't know this Malik Thomas guy. I don't really know him that well, but I know Billy Richmond. He's actually a really solid guy that comes
Billy
off
Richmond's good.
He comes off the bench for Arkansas. Really solid player. I think Nick Pringle, honestly, he starts, but I'm pretty sure he's just on the team to take up space because he's just not good.
Yikes.
He's not. Ryan Conwell probably had his worst game of the season so far. 4 of 16 overall, 3 of 12 from 3.
He still had 15.
And still had 15. And that was his worst game. This is definitely his worst game of the season.
Yeah.
Mikael Brown Jr. went 2 of 13 from 3.
Dude, that's 25 threes.
I was going to say that's 5 of 25.
People?
5 of 25.
That's way too many threes. They shot 22% from 3.
Yeah. So Louisville, I'm not saying that Arkansas didn't deserve this win. I think Louisville played pretty bad, but Arkansas, I think, is a better team. But I think you're right. Not a better team than Louisville. Sorry, a better team than what we gave them credit for. But also, I think you're right on the fact that they're probably going to drop a game or two that they shouldn't lose.
Oh, I think they're going to drop several.
Eventually, it's going to come bite them in the butt. Let me just look at their schedule real quick. I'm curious. I'm curious who they have up ahead. So they have Fresno State, I think. Is that Fresno State? Fresno State, then Texas Tech. I think they might lose to Texas Tech, even though I would say Arkansas is a better team than Texas Tech. I really would this year. I think,
we'll see.
But I think Texas Tech's going to win. Well, we can talk about that game in the future. But I was just looking at some of their schedule. Then they play Queens University, and then they play Houston. Now
they're losing to Houston.
I think so too. But that game against Houston, I think, will really give us an idea of what kind of team this is going to be.
I don't know, man. There's always something that's off with these Calipari teams, and I just don't like the way they looked in those early matchups. But I mean, you beat Louisville. That's a really big win. They were up by 20. They were up by 18 at half and 20 in the second half.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, Louisville fought.
I did not get to watch that game at all, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch. Didn't watch it either, but got to hand it to him. Dude, Wagner's such a disappointment, man. He should be such a good player, and he's just not.
He's
not. 5 points. I'm pretty sure that's probably like his average.
He probably is. If I had to, something like that. He's just not as good as everyone was expecting him to be, especially coming into Kentucky 2 years ago when John Calipari was still there.
Yeah, dude. What's wild here is they had that many, all those bench points.
Yeah,
but they only had 3 players play off the bench. That's it. They have an 8-man rotation. Nobody else.
Yeah, and 39 points though off the bench. That's impressive.
39 points from 3 guys. So
that's the game right there.
Yeah, that's the game. Louisville's, bench just did not. I'm looking at these team stats here. Just kind of looking at some things that stood out. I mean, 3-point percentage is not great. I mean, not great for either team, but obviously Arkansas is way better at 33% compared to 22.
Yeah.
And dude, the free throw, listen to this disparity, Dalton. 27 of 35 for Arkansas, 14 of 18. They doubled up. Arkansas doubled up Louisville on free throw attempts.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bad. They out-rebounded them by 10, Arkansas did. I mean, they pretty much won this game in every facet.
Yeah, they did.
Except points in the paint.
Never not in the lead, by the way.
Yeah, wire-to-wire win here.
Yeah.
So,
impressive win for John Calipari and the Razorbacks.
Yeah, I think that's a huge win. Curious to see how Louisville bounces back. I picked them to win the ACC regular season, so they better
go Cards.
UNC at Kentucky. I picked Kentucky in this game. I really thought that, I don't know where I want to start with this. I really thought that, okay, Kentucky, you've lost your two biggest games handedly to Michigan State and to who else was it? They lost to Michigan State and Louisville. Yeah.
Louisville, yeah.
They handily lost to these teams. We just talked about Louisville.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, they're at home in this one. It's time for them to get the dub, right? Like, it's time for them to win. They were on a neutral court against Michigan State. They were at Louisville. Okay, it's time for them to bounce back and get a win against a quality opponent. And they had it. Like, they had the game and then just let it slip, dude. Like, Kentucky, man,
I have no faith in them whatsoever.
Nothing. No.
I'm curious on what you think about this. So we know that NIL is the name of the game today in every sport. Football,
NIL?
basketball. NIL is the name of the game.
What does that mean? I'm just kidding.
I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm messing around. Yeah, that is definitely the name of the game.
How much do you think Kentucky's entire roster is worth? I saw a quote today, and
I think I'm shooting high, but 20 million.
You are so close. 22 million.
22.
The quote said, "This has to be the worst 22 million roster ever."
No, easily.
It is.
I mean, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind.
Listen to this. You shoot 43% as a team. That's not too bad.
No, that's solid.
8% from three. 1 of 13. You know who made that three?
I'm looking at it. So
Brandon Garrison, the center.
Scrub.
Not that good.
No, he's not even starting anymore.
Yeah, he got benched. I told
Oh boy. This team's not good. I'm sorry.
No,
it's just not good.
They are not. UNC, where the game was won was the offensive glass. 20-8. North Carolina over Kentucky.
Yeah, that'll do it.
North Carolina scored 22 second chance points. To Kentucky's 5.
Well, with Caleb Wilson and Vasar, those guys.
Oh, just a dynamic duo, man.
They're two big guys, and Caleb Wilson's incredibly athletic.
Yeah.
Dude, like I don't know. I told you a couple weeks ago, like, I'm ready to hit the panic button on these guys because they just don't look good.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe that was Arkansas, but both of these teams are like,
no.
Kentucky is now 5-3.
Yeah, I wish we had Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. 5-3. Okay, you've lost every game that matters. The only their best win right now, it's got to be Loyola Maryland or Valparaiso.
Ooh.
I mean, that's probably one of your best wins. And here's the thing, man. They got to play Gonzaga, Indiana, and St. John's before Alabama to open SEC play.
Yeah, I actually have on here. I would not be surprised if Kentucky loses 4 of those next 5. 4 of those next 5 games because
I would say they lose. I could see them losing all of them.
No, well, I'm talking about that's 4 games when you count North Carolina. I'm talking about that one trash team that they're going to play that's going to win.
No, they're playing North Carolina Central and Bellarmine. So
No, I didn't know they played. I didn't know they played 2 trash games. I thought
they
it was
play
just 1.
Bellarmine before they play Alabama at SEC play to open up
Oh,
SEC
okay. I
play.
didn't
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
go that I didn't go that far. I stopped at St. John's.
Dude, they could
Um,
lose to St. John's. They could lose to Indiana. They could certainly lose to Gonzaga.
they will lose to Gonzaga. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you tomorrow. Gonzaga will beat Kentucky. It will happen.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I can
if,
almost guarantee that too.
if we
This
had
is
like
not a good team.
yeah, if we had like a really big setup and we had like a siren to go off, I would be hitting it as hard as I can right now. Just wee woo, because
Wee woo, wee woo.
yeah, wee woo. You know that's what a siren does. Just to say like, my goodness,
You're
this
freaking me
team
out.
is bad.
Yeah, it is
So
not good. And like, listen, I feel like Mark Pope is an offensive minded guy.
yeah,
They have no shooters. There are no shooters on this
besides
team.
besides Colin Chandler,
He's not good.
but he's just not that good.
What's his three? I want to know his 3-point percentage. I'm going to look at his 3-point percentage right now.
Well, while you're doing that, Derek Dixon scored 5 of North Carolina's last 6 points. He hit a 3. He hit a 3 to tie the game, and then he went down and made a layup to take the lead. And then Caleb Wilson went to the line and made a free throw to go up 3. But
Yeah,
that kid, Dick Vitale, was saying that, man, this kid, like, he has somehow, I guess, Dick Vitale just knows everybody. He called that game. He said, this kid can shoot. And right after he said that, he drained a 3 with 53 seconds left to go, which helped North Carolina get the win. I predicted North Carolina. I wish we were keeping up with this, because I'm currently smacking Tucker right now in picks. Like, if we were to do a record side by side, I'm
I think this is
waxing
the
you,
only game that you beat me in, is it not?
because we picked the same teams besides this one. No,
So how are you waxing me?
not just today. I'm talking about overall. Remember that
Oh,
one week I went 4-0 and you went 2-2?
I mean, okay, I still think it's not like a blowout, but yeah, you are winning. But
Yeah,
get
I'm just
back to
saying.
this game, Dalton. Like Kentucky.
Yeah,
Okay, I will say it does say Colin Chandler shoots 45% from 3, so that's actually good. But he went
yeah,
0 for 2 the other night. Other than that, though, I don't think this is the type of roster that you want if you're Mark Pope. Like, you want a team who's gonna, at least to me, like Mark Pope is this offensive-minded guy who wants to play the NBA style system.
yep,
And Otega Owe is not a shooter.
yeah.
Okay,
He's not.
Denzel Aberdeen is not. I mean, like he's capable, but like he's not a shooter. And these guys coming off the bench, are not just like these knockdown shooters. Like Trent Noah's a good player. Brandon Garrison's not good, I don't think.
No, even though he was the
I,
only one who made a 3.
even though he was the only one who made a 3. I just like you look at this roster and it's like it makes it even more sad that they paid $22 million for this team. And it's not
Yeah,
good. They're not good.
yeah. It's bad.
Like they've already got 3 losses. They could, before conference play begins, they could legitimately have 7 losses.
Oh, 100%. I literally think that's probably going to happen. I really do, because
They'll win one of these games. I have
I
a feeling
don't have
that
any
one of
faith.
them.
If they beat a team, it's going to be Indiana. I just don't see them beating Gonzaga or St. John's, because St. John's to me is way better than their 22nd or 23rd
Yeah,
ranking.
and that's it. It looks like that one's in Atlanta. It's
Yeah.
a neutral site game. I wonder where the Indiana game is. The Indiana game at Kentucky. Is that Kentucky? It's
Okay.
at Kentucky. I'll
Okay.
definitely pick. That's the game I think they could win.
That's a game I could see them winning, but I'm not going to say right here, right now, Kentucky's going to win that game, because they're just bad.
Yeah, it's just not a good team. And Mark, again, disappointed,
Yeah.
discombobulated,
And one more. I can't remember what it is.
dumb.
I need to know.
I don't know.
Wait, actually, I should have it on my notes right here. Let me see. Why can I not find that?
It's all right. It's okay. I think we've said enough on this game. We got
Yeah,
to move on, dude. How long have we been
we did.
going here?
I don't know. Probably
Okay,
a
we're at
minute.
35 minutes. Let's move on.
Okay.
UConn at Kansas was a really, really close game. So this is obviously not the ACC-SEC challenge, but we'll just talk about this one. UConn at Kansas. So a lot's going to be made that Darren Peterson didn't play for Kansas, and rightly so. But UConn was without Terrace Reed Jr., who's one of their better players.
Yes.
So I think it kind of evened out, and the fact that it was at Kansas, I think kind of equaled it out. And UConn won the game. It's honestly closer than I thought it was going to be. But did you pick UConn in this one or Kansas?
I said I
You did
picked
the cop
UConn.
out.
I did.
Cheater.
I did. But I think I said UConn, but only because Darren Peterson's not playing. So I think that's a fair. I don't think that's really a cop out. I think that's just a fair.
I thought it was. All right,
No.
I'm gonna pick Kansas if Darren Peterson's playing.
No. I said I'm picking UConn only
I got you.
because Darren Peterson's not playing. But if Darren Peterson, I personally believe if Darren Peterson was playing, and if every team was 100% healthy, I think Kansas wins that game. I really do.
I still think UConn wins the game because I think Terrace Reed right now is I think he's their leading scorer. I'm trying to look at UConn's.
That's not good for. I think it's solo ball actually.
No, it is Terrace Reed. He averages 15 and a half a game.
Oh, wow.
8.3 rebounds a game.
Yeah, so that's a huge miss for them.
I mean, it is. And when he's not playing, obviously somebody else has got to step up and start,
Yeah.
But, they've got a lot of weapons like Terrace Reed, solo ball looked good the other night. Alex Caravan, Silas Demery, this Mullins guy.
Had 17.
Yeah, random dude.
He's a freshman. I literally have right here. I have no idea about this freshman. I have no idea.
He looked good, man.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
So,
but that's 3 top 25 wins for UConn now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I think. I said I think that Darren Peterson the Kansas would win if Darren Peterson. It doesn't matter what I think because they didn't win and they're not healthy. So that's 3 top 25 wins for UConn, which that's going to help them down the road.
And you play at Kansas, which is, we said Kentucky was a really good environment. I think Kansas might be the best environment in all of college basketball.
I would say I'd put Allen Fieldhouse and Cameron Indoor side by side, probably.
I'm just going to go Kansas simply because it's bigger. And, they're insane there.
Yeah.
They won that game. And, I'm looking here at the stats, and UConn won the rebounding battle by 6, but I mean it looks pretty close across the board.
Is even. Yeah,
I mean
it was.
UConn even had more turnovers. I guess the points in the paint, it's 30-20 UConn's way, but I mean, and they won the 3-point. So I mean, but the largest lead was 6 for UConn. The largest lead for Kansas was 8.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's not like they were out of this game. It's just in the second half, they only scored 23 points, dude.
Yikes.
Kansas, 23.
Yeah.
So,
I think this team is really going to continue to struggle without Darren Peterson because he is just such a big offensive key point for them. Melvin Council, who's I think the backup point guard, I'm pretty sure he usually comes off the bench when Darren Peterson's healthy. I'm pretty sure had 12, and he was the high scorer. That is not good enough to get a win against a team like UConn.
Was he the high scorer?
Yes.
Goodness.
Tell me if I'm right there. You're looking at it, aren't you?
Let's see.
Melvin Council with 12, right?
Yeah, he did. But there were 2 others that had 11.
Yeah.
Marco Jackson and Flory Badunga. I really like Flory Badunga. He's one of those guys that I think any team would just pray to have. He's athletic. He's big. He plays really hard. Mm-hmm. He can dunk a basketball. I mean, he's a really great player. Trey White did not play great.
No. And I know, people might say, well, Kansas just got a huge win against Tennessee. Well, Tennessee just lost to Syracuse. But I'm not saying Kansas is a bad team. I just think they're going to struggle.
There you are.
Without their best player. Literally, their best player. It's not even close. So they're praying for a quick recovery, and I think everyone in Kansas is, because Kansas and some other schools like Duke and Kentucky, even all those schools, whether they believe it or not, they're always going to be basketball schools. 100%. They will never be a football school. Like Alabama, they're good at basketball, but they will always be a football school.
No. I'm just kidding. All right.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm just saying, like, it's never going to be like,
Yeah.
it's never going to flip. And it's the same thing with
Yeah.
Kansas. You're always going to be a basketball school.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, there were some good games, man.
There really was.
But dude, let's get to some game predictions because
Yeah.
this is easily the biggest weekend in college basketball. I mean,
It
it's
is
insane,
it
dude.
is crazy.
Slate is insane, and it starts tomorrow with Gonzaga playing Kentucky. I don't even want to I don't even want to predict this game. Like,
We don't even
I'm
have to go
picking
into it.
Gonzaga.
I'm picking Gonzaga too.
I
I'm
just,
done.
I just, yeah, I'm not going to pick Kentucky again. They're just going to have to prove me wrong, and
Yeah.
they're just not good. So I'm going to pick
Yeah.
Gonzaga game. I think they've got, you know, they actually have to me. There are some players on Gonzaga that's like, oh, those guys kind of scare me. Like that guy is solid. Kentucky, it's just like, okay, they're okay. Like
Yeah.
they don't have one player, even Otega Owe this year. They don't have one that I'm just like, wow, that guy's a stud.
Yeah.
So
Ortega always been non-existent.
I'm going to take Gonzaga in that game.
Yeah.
Okay. So Saturday, listen to this, Dalton. Iowa State at Purdue. I love these matchups when they're on campus at,
Yep.
at these schools. Iowa State at Purdue, huge game. Duke at Michigan State, huge game. Louisville at Indiana. Well, not at Indiana. It's in the Pacers Stadium, but pretty much at Indiana. Illinois, not at Tennessee, but it's in Bridgestone Arena in Nashville.
Okay.
And then Auburn is playing at Arizona. Those are the biggest games. Which one excites you the most or you think is like the must-watch game out of all of those?
I hope I'm not going to steal yours, but I think I might be. I'm going to say Duke versus Michigan State
Yeah.
because I think Michigan State. I'm going to go ahead and pick Michigan State. They play at 11 a.m. and so does Iowa State. I'm taking Michigan State, and here's two reasons why. I guarantee Jackson Kohler gets the job of guarding Cameron Boozer. Cameron Boozer is not moving Jackson Kohler like he moved some of the guys at Florida. Alex Condon and Jackson Kohler, those like the size difference is not height, but I'm talking about weight and muscle is big, and then that's a big
Is it?
difference.
I don't think it's that big, Dalton.
I would say it is. I think
All right,
Jackson Kohler is a way bigger guy than I think he's a
Is
way
he
bigger guy
really?
than Alex Condon.
I don't know, bro.
I feel
He's
like he is.
6'9", 245. Maybe you're right about that. I feel like Alex
Yeah.
Condon's pretty big though.
Yeah, he might weigh more because he's a lot taller.
6'11", 230.
Okay. So not nearly as much as I thought, but I think just like Florida with their big man, they matched up really well against, even though Cameron Boozer went off still, they still match up really well against Duke. And I think Michigan State does too.
I think Cameron Boozer's going to get his no matter what.
I don't think Duke has seen a defense like Michigan State.
Yeah. It's the best team they played for sure.
Yeah. And I think so. Let me just give you some stats here. Duke is scoring 89 compared to Michigan State 78. Both teams hold their opponents to about 60%. 60 points per game. Field goal percentage 51 for Duke, 47. I'm surprised that Duke is getting more rebounds per game. And somehow assists are tied as well. But I really just like Michigan State in this game. Tom Izzo has a lot more experience than John Shire. We said last week or on Tuesday that he's probably the best coach in college basketball right now. So I'm gonna go with I guess it's a slight upset and take the Spartans to get a big win against Duke.
Listen, I'm taking Michigan State too. I have been they were my most surprising team. They were in my top 5.
Yeah.
They have been so consistent and they have been so shockingly good. And the fact that it's at Michigan State, that makes me feel better about picking these guys. And we've talked about this a million times. This is not a team that's going to wow you on paper. But when they play, it's like, this is just a good team, man. Like, it really is a good team, and I think can make some noise in the Big Ten. Can make noise in the tournament. I mean, like, their defense is rated 3 on KenPom.
Yeah.
Their offense is 32, so that's not great, but a third-rate defense. This is the best defense I think Duke will have seen. I think this is the most, consistent team that Duke has seen this far. I mean, Duke's played a pretty tough schedule, so I'll give it to them.
Yeah.
But it being at Michigan State, I really like Michigan State to win this game. I also just like, I don't know, I wasn't super impressed. I think Duke's a good team. I put them in my top 5 too.
Mm-hmm.
I do, again, I've said this a lot of times too. I worry about them with their youth and leaning on Cameron Boozer so much.
I meant
Because
to
here's the
say
thing:
that.
if they have another game like they did where Isaiah Evans doesn't show up and all these other guys aren't hitting shots, they're going to lose to Michigan State. Period.
Yeah.
Like Michigan State is better than Florida.
Yes.
I mean, they absolutely are right now. And so, I'm going to go Michigan State. And like, hey, they were on the ropes at Arkansas. And I think Michigan State's an even better environment and a better team than Arkansas. So I'm gonna take Michigan State as well. I like Michigan State in this game.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and let you kick off the next one. What other game besides that one? Unless you have any other points to talk about that game.
No. We need to move on.
Yeah. What other game excites you the most? I'm guessing it's.
I was gonna say Iowa State at Purdue.
Okay, that's what I was guessing.
Yeah. Iowa State at Purdue, man. I love this matchup, man. Like this really, really excites me. Iowa, okay, listen to this. On KenPom, Purdue is 2, Iowa State is 4.
Nice.
So you're talking about like 2 really efficient teams, 2 really good teams. I pick Iowa State as my kind of like dark horse team to be that team that kind of, shocks everybody, which I don't know how much of a dark horse you can call them because like they were good last year, but they did lose some pieces. They got some pieces back. I really like this team.
Did you see them drop 132 points against
Dude, they absolutely obliterated. I saw that and I was like, they scored 65 in the first half and then followed up with 67 in the second or so. Either way, like you dropped plus 60 plus in 2 halves. It's hilarious.
It's crazy.
Relentless on these boys.
Yeah.
Say what you want to say because I want to think about this pick.
Okay. Well, so this is surprisingly with all the pieces that they lost, it seems like this might be the best Iowa State offensively
they look good, man.
I can remember. They're averaging 96 points.
It's insane, man.
And that I know that 132 point game boosted them up a little bit, but it doesn't matter. I don't care who you're playing. You score 132 on anybody. That is impressive.
I don't care if you're playing Mobile Christian.
Literally.
Like 132 in college basketball is huge.
It's really impressive. Purdue averages 88 points against. Both are holding their Iowa State 65. Purdue 67. I think where this is not a big disparity, but I think this is where Iowa State can get in trouble. Rebounds per game 36 for Iowa State, 41 for Purdue. Purdue's big men in Trey Kaufman-Wren and Oscar Clough, that I think they're going to give Iowa State some problems because the only like seriously good big men that Iowa State has is Joshua Jefferson. And he's also
going to have to put Momcilovic on.
Yeah.
He's just going to have to I know he kind of favors playing away from the basket, but like he's going to have to.
Well, they have this guy, Blake Buchanan. I think he comes off the bench. If I remember correctly. Let me see if he comes off the bench. I can tell you real quickly. He comes off the bench and he plays really hard for Iowa State.
Yeah.
He starts. So he'll pick up one of those guys as well. He's 6'10", and Joshua Jefferson is 6'9".
He's like 6'9".
Yeah, so he'll probably pick up Trey Kaufman-Wren, but I think they're going to struggle on the offensive glass, and I want to pick Iowa State. I really do. But since it's Iowa State at Purdue and Purdue's the number 1 team in the country, I just got to go with the Boilermakers and Matt Painter with his 25-year-old roster.
You mean like averaging 25?
Yes.
25, yeah. Dude, I mean, I can't blame you, for that. I was trying to look at.
But I hope Iowa State wins.
Yeah, yeah, for real. Um, so I was looking at some of the stats for Purdue, and I'm trying to see this. Fletcher Lawyer is actually leading the team in scoring, by the way.
I
I don't
was
know if you knew
surprised by
that.
that when I
And
saw that right here.
they're leading like he averages 15 a game, which is honestly kind of underwhelming when you
Yeah.
think about this team. Um, I'm picking Iowa State. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Iowa State, and part of me's like, okay, it's a dumb pick because it's at Purdue. If it was at Iowa State, I would say, yeah, Iowa State
Oh,
for sure.
I would be picking Iowa State too.
But it makes it so tough when it's at Purdue because this is we were talking about good environments a minute ago. This is a crazy good environment.
It is.
But and I will say this too. Iowa State has not been tested on the road. So this is going to be a huge, huge test. But Purdue had a close call against Oakland, only won by 10. They had a close call against Memphis. They did win by 9, but it was really close.
Oh, it was.
They had a close call at Texas Tech, only beat them by 30. I'm just kidding. But I think Iowa State can get this done.
Oh, I think they can
I
win. There
think that,
definitely is a path for them to win.
yeah, I think that they can just because I like both sides of the ball this year. And we talked about their offense. It's so much better. We know they're good on defense. Like
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
they're gonna be they're gonna be solid on defense. I mean, we just talked about their rating is 4 on KenPom. They're 6th ranked on defense and they're 9th on offense.
I should have said this. 12 steals per game for Iowa State to 5 for Purdue. That's pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
I'm telling you, man. Like
12 steals a game is impressive.
Iowa State is a really tenacious team. But again, their offense is coming on. And so,
Yeah.
man, you get that clicking. Purdue is ranked 1 on offense. I'm kind of shocked by that.
Me too.
But they're ranked 19th on defense.
How is
I think that's a
Michigan
little
not
low,
ranked 1 on offense?
probably because those games against Wake and TCU.
Yeah,
So,
maybe.
I'm gonna go Iowa State. Upset.
Yeah. Hey, I hope it happens, honestly. I'm just gonna stick with Purdue. I'm gonna pause right here. If you happen to watch the video, please subscribe. It does nothing for you. It doesn't sign you up for anything. It's free. It just helps us out. Support the channel. Subscribe. It's right below the video. Please subscribe to us and help us grow this channel to get college basketball year round like God intended. Back to the basketball.
Okay. Just pick this game, Louisville at Indiana.
I'm just gonna go with Louisville. Indiana has a new head coach. I think it's the guy.
Is it not Sean Miller?
No, Sean Miller. Sean Miller's at Texas, I thought.
Oh yeah. What am I thinking?
Let me look up his name. It's Darian DeVries from
from West Virginia. What am I thinking?
West Virginia, yes.
And he came before that they were at Drake, I believe. Or
yes.
Those in majors. Yeah, I don't know.
He brought his son Tucker DeVries, who is
like 93 years old.
Who is Indiana's best player, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, he's got to be one of them for sure.
He's averaging 17 points a game. They just lost their first game against Minnesota, but Minnesota is bad. They are bad. Listen to the teams they've lost to. Listen to the teams Minnesota has lost to. They lost to San Francisco, Stanford, and Santa Clara on a 3-game losing streak, all back to back to back. And then they beat Indiana. So Minnesota is not a good team. I think Louisville gets a bounce back win, and honestly, I'm going to say a pretty convincing win too, even though it's at Indiana.
No, it's in the Pacers Stadium.
Yeah, it's in the Pacers Arena, but pretty much at Indiana. I'm still going to say it's going to be a pretty big win. Do you want to talk about Illinois versus Tennessee, or both games, or what? We can pick one and talk about the other.
Yeah, let's pick one. Talk about the other. Oh man, that's tough. Let's pick Illinois at Tennessee versus Tennessee.
Okay.
And talk about Auburn at Arizona.
Yeah, well, we probably have more Auburn fans. So if we clip this, we can probably, if I clip the Auburn video, we might get some more views.
Yeah, but
So
we just haven't talked about them in a while either.
yeah,
We talked about Tennessee already
yeah, that's true.
this
That's true.
episode. So
I'm gonna say Tennessee gets a win here, only because only because it's in Nashville, and I think they're going to be on fire to get a big win after they just lost to Syracuse. I mean, I don't like I said, I don't know if Syracuse is a great team. I think they're going to be pretty solid. I think my opinion is a little different than yours personally, but I mean, I see your point as well.
Syracuse will be
But
terrible.
I think Tennessee's defense is going to make the difference here against Illinois. This will be the best defense that Illinois will see.
What are you talking
Easily.
about, man? Bama.
Yeah, Bama is definitely not known for their defense. So
Yeah. Mm, this one's tough.
it is a hard one. 14 versus 13 as of right now. That will change on Monday.
Oh yeah, no
But,
doubt.
but for now, it will remain the same.
Give me Illinois.
Okay.
Give me Illinois just because you picked Tennessee.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I like Tennessee a lot actually, but I'm just gonna pick Illinois just because you picked Tennessee.
I'm trying to keep my record clean, man.
Yeah, I mean I got to climb back in it, so like I'm gonna pick
Yeah.
Illinois. I mean, I think they could win. They've got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
This is a way better offensive team than Syracuse.
Yes.
You know,
That is
so
true.
problem is I don't know if they're as good on defense, but they might be. Actually, they might be. But I'm gonna pick without diving too much into it, I'm just gonna pick Illinois. I like
Yeah.
Stojakovic. I like the Merkovich dude. All these itch guys. You know.
Yeah. Something itch.
Yeah, something itch.
Their
Okay.
whole entire team is from Europe.
Yes, no doubt. They have a European pipeline that goes straight to Illinois.
Seriously.
So
All right, Auburn versus Arizona. I don't know if you have any thoughts on this immediately, but I'm just curious if you can what would you say is Auburn's path to win? Like we need. I'm just trying to carve a path for them to win this game at Arizona.
Todd Pettiford has to go off, and I'm talking about that performance that he had against St. John's where he dropped like 29 or 28, whatever he had. He's got to have that type of game. I think Keyshawn Hall is going to be fine. He'll score. He'll have a good game. But I think this team almost it's weird. When Todd Pettiford plays well, the team just elevates that much more. I'm trying to see how he. What's that?
He had 27 against St. John's.
Okay, and
but still.
But what?
I was just saying, but still, that's what he needs. I agree with you 100%. He's gonna have.
Now I will say he only had 6 points last night, and they still beat NC State. So maybe I don't think
NC State's that good.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that maybe that theory doesn't always hold true. But what I am saying is I don't see them winning this game without him having a game like that. Because he's a good dynamic player, and he's just been underwhelming this season outside of that game against St. John's. Yeah. And I just don't see if he doesn't have a game like that, I don't see how they can even hang in this game. And much less win it.
Yeah.
You know?
It is going to be a huge climb for Auburn to get this win. And Jaden Bradley is a great defender. He really is a great defender, and he's going to be guarding Todd Pettiford. So how is Stephen Pearl going to get one of his main guys going? Unless what's his name? Overton. Unless he can play
a great game.
Unless he can play like he played against NC State, you got to have Todd Pettiford. And what he did against NC State is not sustainable. He went 6 of 9 from 3. That's just not sustainable.
6 of 9 from 3? Dalton, that's not right.
I promise.
Against NC State?
He went 6 of 9.
Todd Pettiford.
No, not Todd Pettiford. Overton.
I thought I'm sorry. I got mixed up. I was like, no, he did not.
Overton had 29 off the bench.
I thought he started
off the bench and went. Oh no, he does start. My bad. 6 of 9, 8 of 13 overall.
That's impressive.
And Keyshawn Hall had 28 and 10.
Yeah, honestly, I still think if they have that type of game, if those two guys replicated that, they'd still lose to Arizona.
I would agree. I really would.
You've got to have another guy. I went and looked at that full box score, and it's Hey, man, Keyshawn Hall had 28. Overton had 29. The next highest starter was 6 points.
Yikes.
Yeah. And then the next highest scorer was a guy off the bench. Sebastian Williams Adams had 7.
Yeah.
That's it. That's not good enough against Arizona.
No. And because I think, like we said, we both had Arizona as the number 1 team in the country. And I think they deserve it. They have, they beat number 3 Florida, number 3 UConn. And who else did they beat? Oh, and number 15 UCLA at the time.
Yeah, UCLA is not as good.
They're not as good. But still.
Hey, if this game was at Auburn, I'm picking Arizona. If this game was at Arizona, I'm picking Arizona. If this game was on a neutral court, I'm picking Arizona. Doesn't matter where it's at. If it's on the moon, I'm picking Arizona.
So, I was just fixing to say, literally just fixing to say something like that. It doesn't matter where it is. Now, you could say, like, you can be like the stats. You can look at the team stats. They are pretty similar. They really are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Arizona, I think, is a really, really good team this year.
Yeah, just to give you some efficiency numbers, Arizona is 8 in KenPom. Auburn is, I mean, they're solid. They're at 20. But their defensive rating, can you guess their defensive rating?
Auburn's defensive rating is 29.
61. That does not bode well against a team like Arizona at Arizona.
61?
61 defensive rating.
Oh my. They are allowing 74 points per game against teams, which is pretty high.
I mean, that's a little higher than average, but I mean, you know, they have played some solid teams. It's still gonna be skewed a little bit just because we don't have a ton of data still. I mean, it's getting built up, but like this is still gonna shuffle around a good bit until we get like later in the season.
Yeah, let's just think about this for a second. They lost by 30 to Michigan. Remember, 102 to 72.
Did I freeze?
Yeah, you did.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't know what happened there.
Oh my, technical difficulties. Okay, 102 to 72. And I don't think Michigan is head and shoulders better than Arizona. I wouldn't even, if they were playing today, I'm picking Arizona. If it was on a neutral floor. If it's at Michigan, I think it's a different, but whatever. I think Arizona is a better team. I think Arizona is going to, honestly, I think they're going to smack Auburn. I really do. But we'll see what happens.
I could see like a 10 to 15 point win for Arizona here. It could get ugly, but I see it being like 10 to 15 range. So
I think at least that.
Yeah.
I wish I could see the plus minus, but I don't see it right now.
Yeah. I would say it's Arizona probably like minus 10.
Yeah, probably. It just gives me 76.2% analytics or ESPN analytics.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, listen, go ahead.
I was just say big mountain to climb for Auburn. Maybe they can get it done. I don't see it. I don't see it.
I don't either. Man, big day of college basketball Saturday. Also college football. Who you got, Alabama and Georgia?
I am going to go against my nature and say that Kirby Smart is actually finally going to win in Atlanta. I just think that Alabama they're hurting all over. I know Georgia is too, but Alabama's hurting worse. And Ty Simpson has definitely regressed since that game in September. So I'm going to take Georgia no more than 7.
Give me Bama.
Hey.
Give me Bama. Hey, well, that's it for today's episode. We were going to talk about tournament expansion, NCAA tournament expansion, but we're on an hour and 4 minutes now, and I'm tired. So we're going to talk about tournament expansion maybe the next time we meet on Monday or Tuesday. So tune in for that discussion because a lot of people are wanting to up the tournament to like 72 or 76 teams, and I think it's ridiculous. But we'll talk more about that in the next episode. So with that being said, appreciate you guys tuning in, and as always, God bless.
See you, everybody. Roll Tide.